Welcome to the Mindful Balance mini podcast. If you are a woman over 40, ready to break free from fad diets and discover the power of balance and confidence in your life, then this podcast is for you, and I am so happy that you are here. I'm your host. I'm Rachel, a nutrition and mindset coach, and I'm going to break down everything you need to know into bite-sized pieces of sustainable and realistic tips. I want to invite you to join me as we explore practical strategies to stop overeating, nourish your body, and use the potential of your amazing brain to achieve your goals. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode filled with insights on nutrition, mindset, and building healthy habits. Hey, and welcome back to another episode, everyone. You may or may not have noticed it, but last week was the first time since starting this podcast that I did not publish a new episode. Since really the starting of this podcast a few months ago. I didn't love the feeling of breaking this 15-week streak, which is why I decided to be as transparent as possible today. And by doing that, I want to try to help you with being consistent. So first, let's talk about what streaks are, okay? The concept of streaks can serve as this tangible way to track consistency and commitment in really many different areas of life, not only when it comes to creating habits with eating, fitness, or a healthy lifestyle. For many of us, especially those over 40 or even in our 50s who are juggling multiple roles, these streaks can be both challenging and rewarding. So I wanted to give you a few examples of streaks that I have tried keeping before. There was the 10K step count. I know most of you or many of you have heard about it and may even tried it in the past. The other one was meal prep Sunday streak that I tried for a few months. And there was the famous, I'm still working on that one, which is the finishing a 40 ounces water bottle. Also, there are a few that I'm a little less proud of, like the no sugar streak, which I would never try again, or the no breakfast streak. If you have ever been in a situation like this, you know the challenge of doing it perfectly. That's the whole idea behind trying to keep a streak. So today we're touching on this consistency exercise. Specifically, I want to share some invaluable insights, and I am using for this purpose the things I have learned from my current 43-week workout streak. A little over 43 weeks ago, my friend Marna asked me to join her in using this popular workout app, which makes it super easy to keep track of how many weeks and how many workouts I have done since starting. And really many apps have this option, so it's not something so unique, but it is a really easy example for me to use because I didn't have to do anything to keep track on my own. Whenever I open the app, I can see what's my current week streak. Now, let me ask you this. How many times have you promised yourself that you would go to the gym only for life to derail those plans? I'm going to guess that more than once. What if I told you that the dream of consistently working out isn't, in fact, as complicated as it seems? And to do that, I want to share how a subtle shift in mindset can turn that giant 43-week workout streak that I have from a maybe one day into why not now. But before, I think it is essential that we face this one thing. Most of us grapple with barriers that make consistent exercise seem almost impossible. We have a lot going on, whether it's the jam-packed work schedule, our family commitments, social commitments, or just that nagging voice in our head that says, I'm just too tired. These are all solid. They're true and validated circumstances that I don't want you to see as an excuse. They are real. Life is busy. And I don't want you to tell yourself that you are a bad person for having these obstacles in your life, or that your life is not helpful because there are so many things going on right now. But on the flip side, just to make it even harder, there is a physical and emotional toll to not moving our bodies. And I don't think anyone who is listening to this right now would disagree with that. Every time you skip a workout, there is a dent, not just in your fitness goal, but also in your self-esteem and your self-trust. You end up feeling like you can't keep that promise that you made to yourself, and that's a very heavy burden to carry. For me, the first breakthrough came when I started to view exercise not as another to-do list item, but more of an act of care. This shift made each workout a gift, and I know it sounds a little kind of out there, but it is a gift for myself rather than a chore. Eventually, your body will learn to crave working out and moving and walking, but it for sure doesn't start this way at the beginning, right? Then comes the importance of routine and making it a non-negotiable. For many of us, brushing our teeth in the morning and at night is automatic. What if exercise could be tattooed in the same way on our brains? Without going here into the specific framework, I just want to say that a consistent individual routine is like a recipe. You need the right ingredients to make it stick and work for you. Many of us, when we hear any shred of resistance from our brain, we take it almost like a fact. I am tired, so I can't exercise today. When we hear that, we feel that we either have to believe it, or I should say believe that being tired means that we can't do the workout, or that we have to fight it. Whichever you choose, it feels like you kind of lost. None of them feel good. If you can relate to this, then first and foremost, I want you to give yourself permission to acknowledge the resistant thoughts. Are you thinking, I am too tired, or I have too much to do? These are not signs of weakness, but it's your brain's way to seek comfort. Inevitably, there will be moments when you won't feel like working out. It is going to happen. What I do when I feel this way is what I like to call fail safe, or lower effort alternatives. So instead of a strength session, perhaps you can go for a walk, or you can do a quick 10-minute stretching routine. The objective is to maintain the consistency of the habit itself, even if the intensity changes. Making a workout non-negotiable is an ongoing dialogue between you and your resistant thoughts. It's not a war to be won, but I would say more of a give and take, where the ultimate aim is to honor your commitment to yourself. That is what we're trying to create here. Now, the best part is that with each workout that you don't negotiate away, you are not just building this physical strength, but also you are making your mental capacity stronger. All right, let's move on to the next lesson that I've learned, and that is to put myself in a zone that promotes success. This is what I mean. What gets you in the zone? Maybe it's a specific playlist or putting your workout gear as soon as you wake up. Or it can also be removing obstacles. I always laugh that I will never have any Instagram-worthy workout pictures because I exercise in my pajamas. When I had to change into workout clothes, it was a big obstacle, and I would say that 5 out of 10 times that would stop me. I just didn't want to do it. I don't know why, but this was my deal breaker. Another one, which may or may not be the same for you, is that getting in the car and going to a gym. It is literally, for me, the kiss of death. I had to find a way to work out from my own house. That leads me to the next lesson. Consistency doesn't mean that you're aiming for a marathon each day, literally and figuratively. Some days it's just about showing up, and that's a win in itself. I remember one week when I felt that I had lost my groove. It's not fun, but it's normal. But what do you make it mean? What do you make it mean when you tell yourself that you're losing your groove? What if you can lose your groove and still do it? We are so focused on feeling it that we forget that we don't have to love doing something in order to do it. I will just mention paying bills or folding laundry. I never feel like doing it. I am never and will never be in the groove for that. But the consequences are just too big and immediate. So the real key takeaway is that it's not the stumble, but how you get up when that happens. It's crucial to remember that we are just humans and we are all a work in progress. So that takes me to the last lesson here, and that is that streaks can serve as a motivating backdrop, but they're not the stage upon which your life unfolds. That stage is far too richer, more nuanced, and forgiving than any numerical tracking. A broken streak is, I would say, an opportunity for growth. It can be a reminder that you are just more than a series of checks on a calendar. You really, truly are more than that. And it's almost the most important thing that I want you to take away from today. Streaks are tools for cultivating consistency. It is not a measure of your worth. I'm going to say it again because I really want you to hear it and kind of internalize it. Streaks are tools for cultivating consistency. They are not a measure of your worth. Maintaining a streak is a way to help you form a habit. It is not to judge your performance or dedication. Becoming overly obsessed with maintaining this perfect streak can really lead you into this all or nothing mindset. We don't want that. It's a space that's really fertile ground for lots of negative self-talk. If you miss a single day and suddenly you feel like you've lost all your progress, as if the quote-unquote streak police are going to come knocking on your door. Life will throw curveballs at you. Let it be expected that emotional ups and downs will be there, and that's okay. The absence of a perfect streak doesn't cancel the efforts that you have made or the progress that you have gained. The real win is the habit, and I want you to remember that. The real win here is the habit and the mindset that you are cultivating, not the unbroken chain of X's on your calendar. You know you. You know each struggle, each small win, and each mindful choice that goes beyond what can be quantified in a streak. All right, so yes, definitely give yourself some grace. Like I said, there is no streak police. No one is coming to reprimand you for being human, except maybe you. So don't do that. You can reflect. You can ask yourself, why did it happen? Was it avoidable or a necessary part of life's unpredictability? What can you learn from it to make yourself even stronger? But let the judge go. I'm going to take my own advice here and apply it to becoming more consistent with my podcast. As I started saying at the beginning, even with the 1 week gap in consistency, it will happen. It will not be the last time. And you know what? I embrace it and I know that it's fine. I am not going to make it into a problem, and I hope that you use the same approach and the same mindset with your goals. Working out or any goal that you're setting up for yourself this week, this month, this year. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, take care. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to the Mindful Balance podcast today. I hope you enjoyed our conversation and find inspiration to find your unique balance and confidence. Remember that the journey continues on Instagram. You can find me at Rachel Emma Nutrition. That is one word, where I share daily nuggets of wisdom to help you reach your goals with ease. If you loved today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback fuels our mission to empower more women on their mindful balance journey. Until next time, take care and stay mindful. Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Mindful Balance. The Mindful Balance is brought to you by Rachel Emma Nutrition. Our editing and mixing engineer is Michael Ploner. Our theme song is Good Feelings by Bold Gleasons. The information in this podcast does not substitute for medical or psychological advice and is intended for educational purposes only. Please consult a qualified health professional regarding health conditions or concerns before starting a new diet or health program. Rachel Emma Nutrition LLC and the accompanying websites and social media platforms are not responsible for adverse reactions, effects, or consequences resulting from the use of any suggestions herein or procedures undertaken hereafter.